Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for Grade 2. We are learning Unit 14. Its title is The Honest Girl. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is, or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of writing, we are going to recognize and classify naming words. Before this, in your unit 3, I have already taught you how to classify naming words, and we classified naming words for different categories. I hope you remember this lecture. If not, you may watch this video lecture again, because this concept is going to help us to complete our today's SLO, that is, recognize and classify into different categories of some naming words from pictures and immediate surrounding. For example, animals, fruits and vegetables, we are done with it. Parts of body, we have already done. Objects in the classroom and at home, we have already done. So for today's lecture, our focus for classification into different categories of naming word is animals. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Al-An'am, verse 38. There is no animal that crawls on the earth, no bird that flies with its two wings, but are communities like you. We have neglected nothing in the book of decree, then of their Lord will they all be collected. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful verse is telling us. Beta, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us different categories of animals. You see, Quran teaches us everything. There are animals which crawl, there are birds who flies, and there are animals who walk, and many. You see, this is telling us there are different categories of animals, and they all live in community. Right? So this is what the Quran is teaching us, and better the message is either animal or human being, whatever Allah has created, a day will come when we'll return back to our Lord. We should always remember whatever we are doing, whatever we are saying, Allah is watching us, and it is written in the book of decree. So we should be careful about our acts, right? So my dear students, the way Quran is teaching us different categories of animal, this is what we are going to learn further. So first you tell me, what are naming words, and what did you know about pet animals and the animals that live in jungle? Do you know? Of course you know about them. So whatever you know, pause the video, tell to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, I hope you could recall properly and you told to your teacher that naming word, everything around us is a naming word. Everything which we can see, hold, touch, or feel has a name, and that is called a naming word. And this naming word may refer to a person, place, or thing. You see, these are already categories. Now we have further categorized things into living and non-living, remember? And further, in living things, there can be many types of all the living things except human being, because human being comes in person, and rest of all the living thing we put in thing category, and animal is one of them, which we are going to discuss today. All right. So who are pet animals? The animals which you can take at home, you can place them, you can take at home, and you can tame them as well. Because there can be, if a domestic animal you are keeping it and you are not taming, it will not come your pet. But if you want to keep it as a pet, you have to train that animal and it becomes your pet animal. But all the animals cannot be pet. So the animals who live in jungle and they are wild animals, they are called wild animals because you cannot make them pet. Okay, if someone tries it, that becomes an exceptional case, but most of the time the animals which we find in jungle cannot make as a pet animal, right? So let's do an activity and learn further about the categories of animals. So it's a beautiful project given in your book. You will make a poster of those animals that live in jungle. Okay, so think of them. Few examples have been shown here. So you can think more of them. Draw at least 10. Out of those, you will draw 10 animals and you will write a sentence for each. Okay, and display your poster in class. This is what you are going to do, all of you. So beta, this is basically not a test of your drawing. That's why you have to just sketch them the easy way which has been shown in your book. And the important thing is you should know it's a wild animal. Name that animal. For example, it is rhinoceros, it is lion, it is giraffe, and a bear. So these are the animals which have been shown in your book. So you have to think about 6 more because you are going to make a poster of 10 animals. So pause the video, make a beautiful poster, write sentences about each animal, and then come back. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. Now, teacher, you may display these posters in classroom, or if there is less space, so make children to display this poster at their home in their own room. Okay, so it's a time for your homework. You will write the names of 10 pets. So while we have discussed in classroom, so 10 pet animals you will write in your notebook. And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. And my dear students, what you are going to do, here are the pictures of different type of animals. So you will write the animals which you find on land, underwater, or the birds who live on trees. So categorize them and write their name into the relevant column. So what we have learned today, we learned to recognize and classify into different categories of some naming words from picture and immediate surrounding. For example, animals. Okay, so we achieved our today's SLO. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning.